Hello, everybody. Welcome. Happy Wednesday, in fact. So, welcome to Sing with Sharon. I'm glad you've joined me today. We are going to think about food. Now, for some of us in lockdown, it's hard not to think about food all the time. But depending on what circumstances you're in, you might have varied diet, or you might be quite a strict diet. So people are in lots of different situations. The reason I'm talking about food today is that it's officially Stop Food Waste Day. So I'll just show you a picture. So today they've got Stop Food Waste Day. Become a food waste warrior. So that the idea about this is to try and stop wasting food, and that can be many different things. It can be about only buying what you need. It could be about making sure that you use all the leftovers. So I know, for example, if we cook a bit too much or we haven't eaten everything at dinner, depending what it is, we'll quite often put it in a little tub, put it in the fridge, and then maybe have it for lunch the next day, that kind of thing. So it's about not wasting the food. And of course, you can compost food. That's also good for the planet as well, composting things, and also potentially putting some scraps out for wildlife, etc. But make sure you check first whether it's appropriate. So we're going to have a bit of a food theme. But of course, we'll just have a little bit of a warm up first. So if you want to stretch up, and just join that stretch and have a big yawn. Right, roll those shoulders and shake them all about. Just have a bit of a wiggle and just let everything go saggy and just go. Great, just let your voice come out. Maybe we'll do a bit of a Tarzan as well. Can you go Great. Okay, and then take a breath in and a big sigh. And one more time, breath in, remembering shoulders down, expanding from the middle. Big sigh. Can you go That's about the food waste. Try not to waste your food. Let's go for trying to do something with the food. Let's get our teeth and our lips going. A couple of tongue twisters. So can you say, here's a little sequence for you. Can you say rice cakes, coffee, cold chips and vindaloo? So I wouldn't suggest having those together, by the way. But it makes an interesting little rhythm. Okay, and often people like me would use words to make different rhythms. So if you're ever trying some songwriting or want to try and make a rhythm, it's interesting to put lots of different words together. They don't necessarily have to make sense, but to make this different pattern. So we've got rice cakes, coffee, cold chips and vindaloo. 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 There we go. So let's also try Peter Piper pecked a pick of pickled peppers. I even got it wrong. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Okay, so really make something of the peas. Try it again. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Can we try a bit faster? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. One more time. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. All right, very good. Now we're going to try going up in a scale. So we'll try going pineapple, 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 pineapple. Ready? And pineapple, 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 pineapple. And on the way down, I want you to try watermelon. So it would go like this. Watermelon, 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 watermelon. Try that. Watermelon, 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 watermelon. Okay, so you could create your own. And in fact, Liz is on now and is already joined in on the chat. So if anybody else wants to join in the chat, you could make some suggestions of other foodstuffs that we could try the scale with. So for example, I'm going to go red cabbage on the way up, and then peas and carrots on the way down. So try again, red cabbage on the way up, peas and carrots on the way down. Ready? And red cabbage, 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 red cabbage. Then peas and carrots, 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 peas and carrots. Okay, there we go. So, I've also got apples and bananas that we did a little while ago. Again, it's kind of waking up our face, and it's a bit of a silly song, but it's practicing different vowels as well. So the starter song went like this. I like to eat, I like to eat, I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat, I like to eat, I like to eat apples and bananas. So luckily for me, I like both those things. If you don't like one of those things, it's still okay to sing it. You just or in fact, if you could think of another food stuff that you like to eat, if you say, for example, you didn't like apples, or you could think of something different, but it has to have a similar amount of syllables. So apples. So you might need carrots, for example. Okay, but that's up to you. You can have a try with your own food if you want, but we'll sing through apples and bananas. Ready? And I like to eat, I like to eat, I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat, I like to eat, I like to eat apples and bananas. Then, for those of you who were with me the last time we did this, you will know that now what we do is we replace all of the vowel sounds with just one vowel sound. So, for example, I. So instead of saying, I like to eat, you go, I like tie-ite. Okay, so the only vowel sound is an I sound. So repeat after me. I like tie-ite, I piles, and by 9 eyes. So sometimes the fruit sounds more appealing with the different vowel sounds, and sometimes it sounds less appealing. So I think I piles sounds less appealing than apples. Okay, so we're going to try and sing it. I like to eat. 3, 4, 1. I like to eat. I like to eat. I like to eat apples and by 9 eyes. I like to eat. I like to eat. I like to eat apples and by 9 eyes. Great. We'll try this time. We'll try a longer vowel. We'll try oo. So it goes ooluk, to oot, oopools, und bununus. Okay, and you might really feel, you might need to stretch your lips out afterwards if you're really going for this. So let's give us proper pout. Ooluk to oot, oopools, und bununus. Ready, steady, and off we go. And ooluk to oot, ooluk to oot, ooluk to oot, oopools and bununus, ooluk to oot. Ooluk to oot, ooluk to oot, ooples and banoodles. Okay, now I'm just gonna stretch my lips out a bit and blow them. Just to relieve the muscle ache. What about E? So I'm based up in the northeast of England, but although I'm not a born and bred Geordie, so apologies, Geordies, if I will not try and do a Geordie accent. However, the E sound is used quite a lot in the Geordie accent. So we'll go E-leek to eat, E-leek to eat, E-peels, and bininis. So you'll feel it in these cheek muscles. If you're really doing it as well as you can, you'll feel it in the cheek muscles. E-leek to eat. Ready? 3, 4, 1. E-leek to eat. E-leek to eat. E-leek to eat. E-peels and bininis. E-leek to eat. E-leek to eat. E-leek to eat. E-peels and bininis. Very good. All right, just give your cheeks a little bit of a squish around. And wide. Squish down small and wide. Okay, so it's good. There's quite a lot of things on Facebook about facial exercises and things to keep your face looking young and keep it all tight and things. But I find that actually doing a bit of apples and bananas exercise does just as well. So there you go. Tip for keeping everything nice and lifted is just to do apples and bananas. So I've got the first song I've got for you is called "Thank You for the Food," and I think I learnt this from a Ways Into Workshop weekend, possibly over in Cumbria, but I'm not sure. So I think I learnt it from a great musician called, I've forgotten Pete. Either, I think it was Pete Moser, but it might have been Hugh Nankerville. Both great musicians, and I will put any details I have for them under the chat in a day or two after this video's kind of gone onto YouTube. But I think it was Pete Moser, but it might have been Hugh. Anyway, this is "Thank You for the Food," and it's a great one to sing if you've been away somewhere, school trip or whatever, and people have been cooking a food for you. Quite often in the youth hostels and things, you might have kind of caterers, people that make the food for you if you're away on a big trip. So this is a good one for singing. Now, I think I've slightly changed the original tune. Sorry, Pete. So he can get back in touch with me if I've done it. But I think I've slightly changed it from how I first learned it, I think. But it goes like this. Thank you for the food, the glorious, glorious food, and the animals, and the vegetables, and the minerals that made it possible. Something like that. Okay, so I'm going to break it down. So we've got "Thank you for the food, the food." So try that. Thank you for the food, the food, the glorious, glorious food, the glorious, glorious food. Great, and then you have "and the animals," your turn, "and the animals, and the vegetables, and the vegetables." So we're going to go animals are slightly higher, vegetables are slightly lower. "And the animals and the vegetables." So I think that's one of the changes I made, right? So let's try that again. 2, 3. "And the animals and the vegetables." And then we come up. "And the minerals." Try that. "And the minerals that made it possible, that made it possible." So let's try, I'll sing it through a couple of times. It is relatively simple, so just try and join in with me, the bits that you remember, and then fill in some more bits the second, third time round. Here we go. Thank you for the food, the glorious, glorious food, and the animals, and the vegetables, and the minerals that made it possible. Again, thank you for the food, the glorious, glorious food, and the animals, and the vegetables, and the minerals that made it possible. Great. So we're going to try it as we normally do with a recorded part, so we can hear the different, how it is with different voices coming in at different times, which is what a round does. So if we join in with the first time, and then we're going to wait 2 beats and then come in a little bit later. So I'll help you. All right, so let's try it. 1, 2, here we go. 3, 4. Thank you for the food, the glorious, glorious food, and the animals, and the vegetables, and the minerals that made it possible. Thank you for the food, thank you for the food, the glorious, glorious There you go. So it's a lovely song that you might want to use anytime that you're trying to thank someone for making you food. Now that could be, you could try it out today. If you have a little practice, you could try singing it for whoever makes the food, or sing it to yourself if you're very good and make the food for everyone else. Cool. So that's our first food warm-up, and that's saying thank you for the food. My next song that I'm going to teach you is about eating healthily. So obviously, I think probably most people who are in lockdown and staying at home a lot are thinking about food for many reasons, but they're trying to stay healthy as possible. But that can be a challenge, especially if you aren't going to the shops very often, and if you're on a limited budget, etc. That can be really tricky to do. So it can be a challenge, but this song is written firstly about, it's got a catchy chorus, but also it's got some information about the different food groups and why we try and eat them. So it's so I write a lot of science songs as well, and different curriculum songs. So this is one of my science songs as well. So if you are doing like Key Stage 2 or Key Stage 3 science, make sure you take note of some of this information. All right. So first of all, we've got a chorus, and that's supposed to be just nice and fun. So it goes like this. Oh, and I was going to say, actually, this came from a project that I did with several other people, Bridie Jackson and Liz Corney, and one more person who I think was called Jane, and she was in North Yorkshire, and I'm completely forgotten, but when I remember and find her details, I will put them on under the video. So we were writing we were based in different schools, part of the Emmanuel Schools Foundation, and we were writing different curriculum songs, on all sorts of science, but also in English and history, etc. And so we wrote this song, and I can't quite remember who wrote what, but it will have been one of us or many of us. So the chorus goes, eat healthily to be healthy, take more care with what you put inside. Eat healthily to be healthy, and get the most you can out of your life. Okay, so I will teach you a line at a time as normal. So we've got eat healthily to be healthy. 1, 2, 3. Eat healthily to be healthy. Then you got take more care with what you put inside. Take more care with what you put inside. Great, and then same as the first line. Eat healthily to be healthy. Great, you probably know that one already. And get the most you can out of your life. Try that line. Ready? And get the most you can out of your life. Let's try the whole thing. Eat healthily to be healthy. Take more care with what you put inside. Eat healthily to be healthy, and get the most you can out of your life. Great. So I will take you through a verse. So there's 3 verses, but the tune remains the same through all 3 verses. So once you've done one, you should be able to do most of the others. So this one, we have pasta, bread and rice are 3 carbohydrates for energy. So might be a new word for you, for some of you, carbohydrates. So try saying that, carbohydrates. Okay, so pasta, bread and rice are 3 carbohydrates for energy. Do you want to try that one more time? 1, 2, 3. Pasta, bread and rice are 3 carbohydrates for energy. Very good. Then we've got, for growth and repair, we need proteins. Proteins is another word to remember if you're doing your science. For growth and repair, we need proteins. Right? Next line. Found in meat, fish, eggs and beans. Try that line again. Found in meat, fish, eggs and beans. we're on to the chorus. So let's try all of that verse first. Pasta, bread, 1, 2, 3. Pasta, bread and rice are 3. Carbohydrates for energy. For growth and repair we need proteins found in meat, fish, eggs and beans. And then we've got the chorus, but I'm going to wait because I'm going to take you through the different verses because there's quite a few words. So we have then same tune, but we've got vitamins and minerals do you good. Your turn. Vitamins and minerals do you good for your skin, bones, teeth, and even blood. For your skin, bones, teeth, and even blood. That's a bit of a mouthful. Skins, bones, teeth. Try saying it. Skins, bones, teeth. So be ready for that. And then we've got found in fruit and veg, eat 5 a day. Try that. Found in fruit and veg, eat 5 a day. To help keep nasty diseases far away. Try that last line. And to help keep nasty diseases far away. And we go into our chorus. But we're going to practice the third verse before. Okay, so then we got fats are the next thing, that you do need some fats in your diet because it's important for warmth and various things, but the key is to try and find healthy fats. So here we go. So we got to keep you warm, you need some fats. Try that. To keep you warm, you need some fats. Oily fish is where that's at. Oily fish is where that's at. That's it. Then you've got plenty of fiber, stops constipation. Got to get that in a song somewhere. Ready? And plenty of fiber, stops constipation. And then we might actually miss the word and because it might be too hard to get in. Constipation and drink water for your blood. I forgot to check that. Drink water for your blood and to prevent dehydration. So skip out the end. Too many words. Just go for it. Drink water. Okay? So you're going, I'll practice that again. So you've got plenty of fiber, stops constipation. Drink water for your blood to prevent dehydration. Okay, forget the end. All right, let's try that whole verse just because there's that tricky bit in. To keep you warm, 1, 2, 3. To keep you warm, you need some fats. Oily fish is where that's at. Plenty of fiber, stops constipation. Drink water for your blood to prevent dehydration. And then you're into chorus. Right, we are going to go right back to the beginning and try it together. All right, here we go. And you'll definitely be singing you'll not be able to stop singing the chorus once you sung it 3 times or 4 times in fact. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Eat healthily to be healthy. Take more care with what you put inside. Eat healthily to be healthy and get the most you can out of your life. Pasta, bread and rice are 3. Carbohydrates for energy. For growth and repair we need proteins found in meat, Let's try the chorus one more time. Eat healthily to be healthy. Take more care with what you put inside. Eat healthily to be healthy. And get the most you can out of your life. Excellent. All right, good. So I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you maybe learnt something as well. There's all the carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, water for your blood. There's one more, fiber. Exactly. So all of those things. So I've got one more song just in the last few minutes. I'm hoping that people will be familiar with it so that we don't have to take too long over learning it. We'll just sing through it. And of course, when you think of songs about food, certainly if you're someone like me who likes music, theatre, etc., you might think of this song, which is this, Food, Glorious Food. So this is from the Lionel Bart musical Oliver. So if you haven't seen it, you should definitely watch it, but it's always on the TV at some point, usually over Christmas. All right. So Food, Glorious Food. I've tried to put it in a key that's maybe a bit more comfortable for most people. And so quickly it just goes, food, glorious food, hot sausage and mustard, while we're in the mood, cold jelly and custard. So I hope this sounds familiar. Peas, pudding and saveloys, what next is the question? Rich gentlemen have it, boys, indigestion. So that's the only bit that kind of goes the highest up, so make sure that you take some breath. Indigestion. Then your food, glorious food, we're anxious to try it. 3 banquets a day, our favorite diet. Just picture a great big steak. Now here's the bit where it goes slightly different from the first verse. Fried, roasted and stewed. Big breath because it goes up a little higher. Oh, food, wonderful food, marvelous food, glorious food. So it's a C sharp, so it should still be okay for you. You just need to make sure you take lots of breath and go for it. Make sure you're keeping your chin down. Don't stretch up for that note. Just keep it down. In fact, even if you want to bend your knees and engage your tummy muscles for the higher up. Or if you're finding that it's a little bit out of your range at that point, fried, roasted and stewed. Oh, food, wonderful food, marvelous food, glorious food. You could sing the tune, but just down low. Or you could make up a harmony. Food, wonderful food, marvelous food, glorious food. Sing somewhere in the middle. I will leave it up to you, okay? We'll just sing it through once or twice just to enjoy it. Here we go. Food, glorious food, hot sausage and mustard, while we're in the mood, cold jelly and custard, peas, pudding and saveloys. What next is the question? Rich gentlemen have it, boys, in digestion. Ready, page turn, and food, glorious food, we're anxious to try it. 3 banquets a day, our favorite diet. Just picture a great big steak, fried, roasted or stewed. Oh, food, wonderful food, marvelous food, glorious food. Let's try that again, all the way through. Now that you've got the hang of it, I'll page back. And food, glorious food, hot sausage and mustard, while we're in the mood, cold jelly and custard, peas, pudding and saveloys. What next is the question? Rich gentlemen have it, boys, in digestion. Food, glorious food, we're anxious to try it. 3 banquets a day, our favorite diet. Just picture a great big steak, fried, roasted or stewed. Oh, food, wonderful food, marvelous food, glorious food. Excellent. All right, so there's nothing like a piece of music theatre to get you really going and get you singing at the top of your lungs. All right, so that's what it's all about. That's the reason why we have some these sessions at 1:30 every day, every weekday, so you can have fun singing at the top of your lungs, learning new songs, and maybe learning a little bit of information as well. So do think about stopping food waste. Use up all those little extra bits either to compost or to make them into something else like a soup or a stew, etc. And have a look at the website about stopping food waste. I'm going to leave you now and go and have my lunch because my tummy is rumbling. I know it's a bit late. So yes, I hope you, thank you very much for joining in. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click the notifications for new songs. Explore some of the other songs and things that are on the web, on the channel. Tell your friends, etc. Stay well and keep singing. Thank you.